LP DRAM, as I mentioned, and as is kind of the theme of this day's presentation, LP DRAM is very much where the action is, and it's been kind of a raggedy Andy product roadmap so far, and hopefully it'll get straightened out with LP DDR2. The LP, so that's kind of the mainstream. 90% of the DRAM market is or was a PC DRAM, and the other 10% is low power DRAMs, which go into the mobile space that we've been talking about here for a couple of days, and graphics memories. In theory, the LP DRAM market was intended or conceived to lag the PC DRAM market by one architectural generation. So as PCs went from DDR1 to DDR2, the LP DRAM market, the low power market, would go from SDR to DDR1. And that worked for a while, but it's getting pretty raggedy now, and the delay is increasing. So even with the slowness to take up DDR3 in the PC space, the LP DRAM is still, more than half of the LP DRAM market is still based on SDR technology, not even double data rate. And then DDR1, which is LPDDR, that's most of the remainder, so that's about 40%. But it's a very active very active part of the market, that a lot of innovation is going on, not just in the formally defined LP DRAM market area, but taking LP DRAM features and incorporating them in other products that have a power interest. So the Echo RAM that you saw here from Spansion that's not a DRAM, but it signals something that the industry's attention is very strongly tuned to, which is to try to come up with low power solutions, even if you have to deviate from the standard product roadmap. Here's a snapshot. I think Samsung had a competing version of this, but this is one that I adapted from Elpida, and it shows that this year 55% of the low power DRAM usage, which is very strongly focused on cell phones and PDAs, is still built on SDR technology, and most of the remainder is mobile DDR or DDR1. So PCs are very long into the DDR2 generation, and the low power utilization is not even that far along in the DDR1 generation. And speaking to the point of the low power market and the need for low power in diverse applications, the power is a concern everywhere in the industry, and it's a concern in the biggest servers, and that's the issue that the Echo RAM was trying to address. It's a concern in mobile. Surprisingly, the laptop, there's no laptop that I'm aware of that uses a low power DRAM, although they do have some power concerns. But throughout the whole industry, there is a much heightened attention paid to how much power you burn, and in the case of the servers, it's how do you get rid of the heat once you generate it. So there's a lot of concern, and this is generating some additional experimental parts and vendors that are trying to address a market with a non-standard part. There's Kimonda and Micron both offer a voltage-reduced DDR2. Instead of being the standard 1.8 volts, it's 1.5 volt server DRAMs, so it saves you 25 or 30% on your DIMM power. Excuse me. The DDR3, the industry standard DDR3 DRAM, offers some of the low power DRAM features as options. So it's even finding its way into the standard DRAM product set as an option.